Okay, so Dave, I see we have this, what year is this stripped down model?
This is a 90 Project Dirt Ball.
We're not going to say what it is or who it is or why it is, but we just know that it's going to be a fast car.
It's going to be a fast car, and by saying Project Dirt Ball, all the local people will know exactly who we're talking about.
Okay, so we're going to put the K member in. Now, what we did here, just to let everybody know, because somebody's going to look at this and go, man, those guys are idiots. They have everything. We took everything apart because it's easier for the camera guys right there, the camera guys, to shoot everything going in.
Right.
So you out there, the people, can see how easy this is. So what's first?
Normally there would be an engine sitting in here, of course. You know, you'd have to use a cherry picker, support the engine with a cherry picker, and disconnect the motor mounts. You don't have to do that with this one, of course, because we don't have an engine in it. But normally you would have it on a cherry picker, and you would support the engine, come down, take 2 bolts out of the motor mounts, and then drop your old K member and front suspension out.
Got it.
And you can do that all as a unit. Once the engine's supported, take your motor mount bolts out, and then you've got 8 bolts. If your tires and wheels are off, you know, pop the spindle off the A-arm and drop it all as one unit and take it out to the scrapyard.
Got it. Now the most important thing is make sure the engine is supported.
Definitely.
We don't need the engine dropping on anybody.
Right. You need a cherry picker. You need to have the engine supported good. We'll say it one more time.
Okay, so then what's our next step?
Next step would be to get all the hardware out and together.
Okay.
And we have this handy little hardware kit that comes with it. There's 4 100 millimeter or 14 millimeter by 100 millimeter bolts for the frame rails.
Okay.
These attach these plates here to
Okay.
the bottom of the frame rail. Set those up there. Then we have 4 A-arm bolts.
Okay.
5/8 grade 8 A-arm bolts. The A-arms, and of course we've got the nuts, and we've got the hardware for the back plates on the frame rail also. So
Okay.
2 A-arm bolts over there, and then we've got hardware down here on the floor too.
Got it.
Just for the shot. And then
We're ready to rock.
we're ready to rock. Take our 100 millimeters. Come down on the ground. This is going to be scary, Lou. It's so simple. Put it up. Put your 100 millimeter bolt through. There's usually a nut plate on there that you spin it up into.
Right, but the nut plate is gone.
The nut plate's gone, right. Because we strip this thing down, we're probably going to have it acid dip.
Okay. Now we got the ones for back here, right?
Right. Here's 2 bolts there that go back there.
Oh, there's no nut plate. Man, he stripped out all the nut plates on this puppy.
So here's
You got a bolt for him?
there's a nut there.
Okay. Wow.
Let me get it here so I can actually see what I'm doing.
mine without looking.
I know.
Jeez.
I'm left-handed. And that's it. We'll get some wrenches and tighten all the hardware up.
Oh, well, of course you leave everything loose here.
Everything loose
in.
until you get everything in.
And then tighten it all down.
Tighten it all down. I mean, we can show you how easy it is to do an A-arm.
Wow.
Slides right in. Bolt in. Inlet, bolt in.
This is crazy. Now, do you send pictures with your instructions? Because you know someone's going to wonder.
Well, we're going to have video now, so we're not going to need any pictures because they can absolutely see how it goes.
So they can go online and look at it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's the whole premise, to make it a lot easier for your average installer to really be able to wrap their head around it
Right.
by having an install video. But that's how easy it goes in. Literally, I've had customers have their 4-year-old kid help them put a K member in.
And then this is your rack mount, so the rack just slides
Rack
over.
slides on that, and you adjust the steering shaft to fit. Normally the steering shaft can slide in and out of the column a little bit.
Right.
We do drop the rack a little bit. You have to pull the shaft out of the column, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Everything will line back up.
And the reason you drop the rack is?
Pan clearance, so that you can lower your engine, or use a set of drop mounts, lower your engine, or put a bigger oil pan on, larger capacity oil pan.
Got you. So you've worked all the bugs out.
We've worked all the bugs out. Like I said, we started building K-members 5 years ago. We got tired of waiting 4 or 5 weeks for the competitors to deliver one to us, or the ones that were out there that you could get. The quality just was not where it needed to be. So we actually bought another company that was making K-members at the time, and we looked at everybody else's product and decided to just start over.
Really?
Yep. We, like I said, we build headers. We have the most header clearance. The way we bend our bar, where we put our radius, there's just way more room for a set of big tube headers or a turbo system or anything like that.
So does your K-member clear everybody's headers?
Pretty much. Actually, there's companies that are manufacturing their headers around our K-member now. It's such a popular piece. Yeah, they're Dynatech, AFCO. They build their headers around our K-member.
Wow, that's impressive. How much weight does this take off once it's all said and done? And
doing this swap, the K-member, the A-arms, and the coilover kit, it's 89 pounds.
it's a lot of weight off the front of it.
Significant amount of weight off the front. And if you switch to aftermarket brakes, use a set of lightweight race brakes, it's closer to 100 pounds.
Wow, that's a lot of weight, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know weight equates to time.
That's right.
That's very cool. Now, this is, and it all uses standard Mustang parts. I mean, like the rack, there's nothing crazy about the rack.
Standard space on a rack. You can put a power rack on. Most people switch to a manual rack when they're doing this, and they put the skinnies on the front. But yeah, we actually, the shape of the A-arm,
right.
We kept the back bar straight, so if somebody wanted to use a deep backspace wheel,
they could.
A wide front tire, it wouldn't affect the turning radius or anything like that. So we did that, and this right here, what we bolted in, is the shorter A-arm, and the geometry stays the same. It doesn't move your wheel forward or backward in the wheel opening.
Yeah, I've seen that. I had to fix a guy's car where the wheels were so far forward, you had to holler, you have to like literally grind out all the holes and push the whole K-member back.
Yep.
And they said it was to make it handle better, but it didn't fit.
No, there's a lot of companies out there that are making them that, either they're making them overseas in China, or they just really don't care. They want to pump cheap parts out and make a quick profit, and people are fooled. I mean, ours may be $40 or $50 more, but it installs that easy every single time.
So comparatively speaking, on the pay scale, where are you guys at? The middle about?
We're in the middle, yeah, definitely. There's K-members out there that are a lot more expensive than ours, and there's some that are cheaper, but you get what you pay for. And time after time, like I said, you will get a fit like that. Nothing has to be ground, nothing has to be hammered on, unless you have some crazy turbo system like that. But it's just a matter of bolting it in, putting your steering on, bolting your spindles up, and like I said, you'll have to pull the sleeve that's in the steering column, pull it out another 3/4 of an inch to an inch for everything to line up and bolt up.
Okay, so what's next? Lunch?
Lunch is next.